I am Austin.
And I'm Tyler.
And we are Midwest Mikes. Minus Gary right now.
Yep.
He's taking the Uber from the practice at Schmeest. A little lightning delay for him, so he's heading over here right now. I'm decked out in my Chiefs gear. I was a little bit sad this week from the game. But, yeah, look at that. I got to wear this as much as I can just in case the Cowboys end up with a better record this quarter than
they won't.
Chiefs. I don't think they will either.
Cowboys are a mess.
We're going 15-1 now, so it's all good. Sunday night, a little bit of a disappointing game. There he is.
I got my Pitt State gear on. It's Northwest week. It's going to be a big one. I'm excited for it at Arrowhead.
Are you going?
I'm planning on going.
Are you really?
Yeah, I think so.
The game is Saturday?
Saturday at noon, yep, over at Arrowhead.
Man, that's going to be nice. It's going to be rocking, man. Every single year that stadium is rocking for that, man.
Yeah, Pitt State never plays good at Arrowhead, though. When I was going to school there, I was a cheerleader there, and I was down the field it was one of the last games they played there until recently, and they hurt us, man. But it's a new year. We gave a little rest, and we're going to be back at it this Saturday, so I'm excited. Speaking of which, our guest today is Mr. John Coffey, the voice of the Bearcats from Northwest Missouri State.
Are you excited to talk to him?
I am excited.
Pitt State guy?
I am excited to show him my Pitt State gear, and, we talk. I have some mad respect for Northwest Missouri State that you have to. Look at their program, look at their everything, football, basketball, cheerleading. They got a long history of being very successful up there. So I'm excited to talk to him.
Long history of being just really stable. I mean, for a fact, every single year they're going to be good.
Yeah.
Every year they're going to be good. They're going to get it going.
Yeah.
So we got Mr. John Coffey will be on. We also have Eddie Lomshek he's the voice from like Shrek, but Shek. That's right. He's the voice from your boys from Pitt State.
Yeah.
So we'll get him on too. I wish we could have them both on at the same time and talk trash to each other.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
But we'll talk enough trash. Well, you'll talk enough trash to Coffey. Well, actually, it'd be nice to him. He's coming on the show. Be nice.
Yeah, no, I definitely will.
Hey, sir. Yeah, well, he is a legend. He's been, we'll do a little intro. With just a little background on him. He has 36 years of broadcast experience, 20 years at KXCV. So the dude has been doing it for a long time, and he's a straight-up pro, and he's been around a lot of winning, which is good.
Yep.
So he's going to grace us with his presence.
You see both sides of it, though. Both sides have seen a lot of winning.
Yeah, for sure. So real quick, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to get Mr. John Coffey on the show. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Chavez with the Jayhawk Sports Network. And if you would like to have the same historical experience in the same arena that KU, Mizzou, K-State, the Kansas City Kings, Comets, and many other college and pro teams play at, including a Final Four, then Hy-Vee Arena, formerly Kemper Arena, is your place to host your next basketball, volleyball, wrestling, or anything that can be played on a hardwood floor. You could host your next practice, game, or tournament at Hy-Vee Arena for as little as $6 per person. That's right, $6, anybody, anytime. We have all the amenities you need, from team rooms, locker rooms, food court, and team meeting space. That's right, we are open to anyone now. So check us out at HyVeeArena.com or call 816-505-0404 today to book your historical experience.
You heard that right.
Van life. It's been defined as the continuous, everlasting void of living in a van. And if van life is calling you, then you should check out vandoit.com. Van Doit can be used as a primary vehicle with 7-passenger seating, convertible to a camper van, or anywhere in between. Go ahead, give our site and blog a gander. We assure you, it's going to make you say, you Van Doit. 816-944-2229 or check us out at vandoit.com.
I'm Johnny Quay, head coach of the St. Joe Mustangs. If you're looking for professional quality, customized wood bat for your baseball player, Walk Off Wood Bat Company is the place to go. All bats are made with prime quality wood, and the options for customization are endless. Gamers, fungos, training bats, they have them all. The Mustangs are excited to have Walk Off Wood as our official bat supplier this season. If we trust our players to swing Walk Off Wood, you should too. Go online and order today.
Van Life.
I'm Gary.
And this is Austin.
And we are Midwest Mike's coming back at you. Sorry I missed the first
Where'd
segment
this guy come from?
We found him out there wandering in the arena. So
Yeah.
Glad you can join us finally.
Yeah, I figured I'd jump in, Mother Nature did not cooperate with our practice times today, so we had to bump some things back, but I knew the show was in capable hands with you guys.
I was thinking. You said you've been doing a keto, you've been doing a little bit of diet stuff, and you decided to walk here. Next time, maybe not walk, dude.
Ah, okay. Yeah, there you go. Yep. So we're going to bring in our guest at this time. We have John Coffey, a legend of broadcasting here in the area of Kansas City and Northwest Missouri. Has 36 years broadcasting experience, 20 years at KXCV. He is currently the station manager. He is the voice of the Bearcats, a man of many hats. John Coffey, welcome to Midwest Mike's.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yeah, we are honored to be joined by a legend. I have a close friend that was the basketball manager for the Bearcats way back in the late 80s, Mr. Tony Glass. You probably won't remember the name, but he had some stories. He remembers you.
Well, I remember Tony, too. He was a good one for Northwest.
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. I lived up there near him in Iowa for a few years, and I texted him last night when I found out you were going to be on the show, and he's like, oh, yeah, I got some stories with that guy. We had some good times back in the day.
As he started laughing.
No doubt about that.
But let's just kind of tell our viewers about your experience and when you started in broadcasting and kind of coming up and your work with the Bearcats.
Well, I started as a student at Northwest Missouri State back, it doesn't seem like that long ago, but back in 1978. And then after I graduated, I went out and worked in Nebraska for a little bit, but I had a chance to come back to Northwest. And in 85, became the voice of the Bearcats. And then in 1999, had a chance to come back to the university and help start up the radio network for the broadcast of the games for both football and basketball. And it's been a fun run up to this point.
Yeah, and you work with the students there also, right, helping them that are interested in getting into broadcasting?
Oh, yes, and that's a fun part of the job. They keep you young, and it's been a lot of fun helping train them, not only with sports and play-by-play, but on the news side of things, and now get a chance to, in a lot of different ways to help out the students, and that really makes it worthwhile.
So, in the early years, Bearcat football was not what we have come to know it as, a perennial winner and a powerhouse in Division II. In some of those early years, what's the biggest difference you've seen, I guess, over the transition?
I think that consistency in the early years, they were able to come up and have a good team, but they couldn't really keep the consistency from year to year. You look at 1984, probably as talented a team as they've had at Northwest Missouri State, but they lost to Nebraska Omaha in the first round of the national tournament that year. and then had a decent season in '85, and then kind of went down a little bit. But Elliott came in as a head coach, and he had a team into the playoffs in 1989, lost to Pitt State in the first round that year, and then just couldn't sustain the success. But it really wasn't until Mel Churchman came along and built what we see now is just a perennial powerhouse with this group. And I think just being able to build on that from year to year and continue the success has been the big key. Again, they had some good years, but not a lot strung together. But it's really since I guess that '96 team where they made the playoffs and won a game against Nebraska Omaha in the first year. They've been able to build off that back-to-back national championships in '98 and '99, and they really never looked back after that.
Yeah, that's fantastic. You know, Coach Churchma is also, you know, kind of a legend. And what was your interactions like with him as the voice of the Bearcats when he first came in? I mean, how soon did you know he was different and he was going to change the way people looked at Northwest Missouri State?
I think you got a sense early on. He was able to bring in some good assistants, and he kept them really for the first 10 years of his tenure here. And you could just kind of tell they had a plan, and they stuck with that plan. And, of course, a couple of growing years there. In '94, they went 0-11, but he was trying to bring in the type of players he wanted into this program and just started at that level. So it took a couple of years to get things going, but you really sensed that he really had a solid look at what he wanted to do long term with this team and didn't really deviate from that, even though things in '94 didn't go, I'm sure, the way he wanted them to go that year. But he kept with that plan, and it's really paid off, not only since he retired from the program, but when Adam Doral came in as head coach, and now with Rich Wright, is still the same type of mentality. You recruit good character kids, and for the most part, four-year type kids that are going to be in the program, and it's been a formula that's been successful through the years.
Yeah, what I've noticed about great coaches, you know, no matter what program they're at or what size program, whether they go from high school, you know, to college to your big Division I's, is, you know, that thing you mentioned, the plan. They have a plan, and sometimes that first year people are like, well, is this guy crazy? Does he know what he's doing? But those guys that stick with it, you know, typically are able to right the ship and get things going.
Yeah, you have to have patience. Not only the coaching has to have patience, but I think the athletic administrators, the president of the university, everything on down, they really have to have patience and believe in that plan as well. And I think Coach Churchman had the support of the AD, of course, at the time, Dr. Jim Redd, and then the president, Hubbard, at the time, too, believed in what Coach wanted to do. And when you have that type of backing where he was given the time to succeed, it makes a huge difference. I think in some programs you see they want that quick turnaround, and a lot of times that's not always possible, or sometimes if you get that quick turnaround, it can go down just as quickly if you don't do it the right way. And everyone had patience and believed in what Coach Churchman and his staff were trying to do, and it really did pay off.
All right. Well, let's move on to, you know, kind of the present day and Coach Rich Wright. How's the season been going for you guys up there so far, and what's different about this team than other teams you've seen at Northwest?
Oh, I think it's still a team, a work in progress right now. They just slowly building on this year. Of course, 5-0 at this particular point. I had a very good game at home a couple of weeks ago against Central Oklahoma, where they had a long weather delay. But I think that was the game that the coaching staff really pointed to, where they wanted to start to see consistent play all four quarters, consistent play offense, defense, and special teams, and they were able to get that. Maybe took a little bit of a step back last week with a young Emporia State team that came out and played very well early on, but Northwest kind of weathered that storm and picked up the win. But I think the big thing right now we're looking for is just to be from game to game a little bit more consistent. Of course, try to build each week and peak at the right time at the end of the season. So I think there's still room for improvement, but it's a team that definitely has been heading in the right direction.
Well, obviously, you know, you've called many Pitt State games over the years. You know, it's a pretty big rivalry between